The sound of tires crunching over ice at 6 in the morning told me everything before I even reached the window. Carolyn Whitmore drove her spotless Mercedes straight through my daughter's snowman like it was nothing more than trash. 3 hours of work. The careful hands of my 8-year-old daughter Lily, gone in seconds. She didn't brake. She didn't stop. She didn't even look back. She pressed the accelerator harder and drove off with the same cold smile I had seen before when she handed out HOA violation notices to grieving neighbors. The first time I stayed quiet. The second time, I was suspicious. The third time, I understood she had no idea what she had just started. While Carolyn Whitmore ruled Silver Pines community with her clipboard and measuring tape, I was quietly preparing for the moment when her next move will become the biggest mistake of her life. The kind of mistake that destroys years of fake authority in a single morning. When someone deliberately targets your child's happiness, you don't react emotionally. You plan carefully. My name is Ethan Walker. I'm 34 years old, and I work as an electrical contractor. After a divorce that forced me to count every dollar twice, I bought a modest home in Silver Pines for $398,000. It wasn't an investment. It was a last attempt to give my daughter stability. Lily still asked why her mom and dad didn't live together. This neighborhood was supposed to be a fresh start. Quiet streets, good schools, and neighbors who followed common sense, not power trips. Then I met Carolyn Whitmore. She looked like suburban authority in human form. 48 years old, HOA president for 4 years, living in an $850,000 colonial mansion, walking like she owned every life around her. The first time we met, I was unloading my U-Haul. I heard the sharp clicking of heels on concrete and turned around to see her measure my fence with an expensive professional tool. She told me it was 3.5 inches too tall and fined me on the spot. She measured it twice, like proving guilt was her personal hobby. That was only the beginning. The first week, I received a $75 fine because my trash can was still visible 2 hours after pickup. I was working across town, but in Carolyn's world, having a job was an excuse. The second week, it was $150 because Lily's Christmas wreath used gold ribbons instead of approved colors. My daughter had spent hours making it, proud and excited. The violation notice called it a non-compliant holiday color scheme. The third week, she went straight for my daughter's heart. Lily loved sidewalk chalk. Every evening, she covered the driveway with drawings, butterflies, hopscotch, rainbows, her name in bright letters. That chalk scraping sound meant happiness in our house. Then came a $225 fine for temporary ground decorations exceeding sunset removal ordinance, a rule that demanded children erase their artwork at sundown. When I told Lily she had to wipe her drawings away every night, her face collapsed. That was the moment anger settled in my chest like metal. I didn't know yet that this was only the beginning. Soon, the harassment turned into psychological warfare. Silver Pines residents whisper like victims. Eleanor Hayes, our 70-year-old neighbor, told me 3 families had already moved away because of Carolyn's pressure. Her floral perfume became a warning signal. Whenever Lily smelled it, she'd ask, "Daddy, is the mean lady coming?" At a hardware store, firefighter Jack Miller revealed the truth. Carolyn's husband was a major shareholder in Summit Residential Group, the same company managing our HOA. Every fine Carolyn issued fed straight into her own household income. This wasn't about rules. It was a business model. Harass residents, break them financially, force them to sell, then flip the houses. The snowman wasn't accidental. Lily rebuilt it in the backyard. Carolyn deliberately changed her driving path and crushed it again. She rolled down her window and said, "Better placement next time." That's when I knew she was at war with a child. After Christmas, enforcement became brutal. Decorations had to be removed within 24 hours. One forgotten light resulted in a $275 fine. Carolyn posted photos online with captions about standards never resting. That night, after Lily fell asleep, I started digging. County records, HOA filings, business registrations. Within hours, the pattern was obvious. Summit Residential did this everywhere. Then I met Arjun Malhotra at Mel's Diner, a software engineer with spreadsheets full of violations. Ruth Caldwell, a retired teacher, brought archived HOA documents. Jack joined us. Every story matched. Selective enforcement, fear, financial pressure. Then came the day that changed everything. The kids of Silver Pines built a full snow village together. Laughter filled the street. Parents gathered. Lily's eyes sparkled. At 6 the next morning, Carolyn drove through all of it. This time, 47 homes witnessed it. This time, phones recorded everything. This time, no one stayed silent. A group chat formed. Evidence was collected. Ruth uncovered the final bombshell. The HOA covenant had a sunset clause. It expired on March 15th. Carolyn had been issuing illegal fines for over a year. We stayed quiet and let her walk into it. I worked in my garage. Pressure plates, irrigation lines, purple dye, legal, harmless, and unforgettable. On March 15th at 6:15 a.m., Carolyn aimed for the snowman again. Her tires hit the plates. 8 purple fountains exploded upward, coating her Mercedes in dye. Cameras rolled. Neighbors laughed. She screamed. I walked forward with documents in hand. Mrs. Whitmore, your HOA authority expired last night. Every fine you issued is illegal. The sheriff arrived. Media followed. Carolyn was issued a trespass warning. In one morning, a suburban tyrant became a public embarrassment. By March 20th, the HOA was dissolved. Residents were refunded $180,000. Summit Residential collapsed. Carolyn lost her license. Silver Pines was free. Today, Lily draws with chalk without fear. Snowmen stand untouched. Eleanor smiles again. And I learned that bullies don't fall to anger. They fall to patience and preparation. If you have an HOA horror story, leave it in the comments. The next justice story might be yours.